back. And today we're welcoming a very special guest, Emily! Yay!
Hello!
So today we have Emily on to talk about her challenge submission, what character she's doing, and I believe you've prepared with us a very special presentation.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very into my PowerPoints, so I've made a little PowerPoint for us to go through to talk about the work on Ami. So that'll be
Very
fun.
exciting. Yeah, we were looking at your submission in the last episode, and I think you were one of the only quadrupeds that was okay. So we have some animals
Yes.
going, we have some creatures going, but I think everyone kind of has all eyes on you to see, what you're doing, what the process is, doing something different.
I gotta do a cute little animal. It's my role here. It's what I'm gonna do.
Let's switch over to the presentation, and the floor is yours here, Emily. So anything you want to do here?
Fantastic.
Here we go.
All right, so little intro about who I am first to start this off. So you're not just listening to a random person, you don't know who they are. So yeah, I'm Emily. I've worked in games for around 5 years now. I'm primarily a character artist, but I do a little bit of everything because I've mostly worked in small studios where generalists tend to just happen because we do like wear so many hats and we do a little bit of everything. I've worked on quite a few games. At the moment, I'm on Golf with Your Friends too, which is really fun. I get to make hair on golf balls.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Pinnacle of my career. And I've also worked on some very scary games like Cocomelon. That was a fun time in my career. But yeah, I do a little 2D in my spare time as well. I'm known for my hand-painted characters, so you can see them at the top there. Really love doing a fun little trick to see if I can fool anyone and make them think they're 2D instead of 3D. But they are 3D. And I think that's really fun because art and games art especially doesn't have to be all PBR and realism. And a lot of unis I've found teach that. So that was really fun to learn other ways of doing art in games. And yeah, I play board games a lot.
I'll have to talk with you about that later. I love a good board game.
Yes.
I gotta say though, your hand-painted work, I mean, I remember seeing it back in university, and I remember seeing specifically the space age one, and being like, damn, I kind of want to make art like this, because you're right, the line of 2D and 3D definitely fools you if you don't like spin the model around and find the sketchpad link. What kind of made you want to go into that, or how did you start going into that from university?
Yeah, so I did a lot of realism on my course. We only had really like 2 character model modules, I want to say. And a lot of it was like PBR, PBR, you gotta do PBR. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I got my first job in the industry, and I pretty quickly learned that a lot of things that were taught weren't always 100% how you had to do things. So it's really cool to start experimenting with things. I learned a lot about texture atlases and how you can basically do anything with a UV if you put your heart to it. And I found a really, really beautiful concept by Overpack, which is the traveling cat, which I'm quite well known for now because I did a little tutorial on how to hand paint that in Blender. And I'd done another character on a prototype, which was hand painted in like a Ghibli-esque style, and it sort of just rolled in and kept going, and I got deeper and deeper into it. Yeah.
That's
You also have
incredible.
like a really unique, because usually people do like hand painted, but you kind of give it like a waterly kind of color. I don't know if you know. Yeah.
I wish there was like some secret technique, but it's totally just the default brush and I just spend edges.
I love that. It's like the arcane frame, How'd you get it look so painterly? You just paint. Yeah.
We can.
That's
Yeah.
right. No, amazing job. Looks really
But yeah, last thing I'll say, I have 2 cats, Miso and Mushroom. They're adorable. Their payment, that's what I pay. That's what everyone pays to stay in the Discord now.
Yeah.
And
Tax collector.
yeah, I'm the one with the tattoo as well. So there's the
Yes.
Oh.
This is what we were talking about, the QR code last time.
Yep, we're gonna get that put on there. But yeah, let's start because I'm gonna keep rambling about video games
Awesome.
and board games. So, Okami. For you guys who haven't played Okami, Okami is a gorgeous game with a sumi and ukiyo-e style of art. So it's lots of the traditional Japanese artworks represented in a video game, which I've not really seen done many times past this. And it's very exciting because the Okami sequel got announced recently. So
Oh my god,
that's
perfect
gonna be
timing.
amazing.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So it's a gorgeous game. Very like watercolor-esque, kind of what I'm known for in my
Yeah.
2D stuff. So it probably makes sense that it's one of my favorite games, and that's inspired a lot of my personal art journey. But without further ado, the character. So, who is Amaterasu? Well, they are the origin of all that is good and mother to us all. They are the sun goddess, and you play as them in Okami, and you have the beautiful like ink brush that you get to use to do sort of Zelda style lock and key design where you unlock cool abilities from the celestial brush gods, and you gotta go and paint the town with ink, not red. And unlocks some really, really cool things, beautiful works, amazing characters, so silly. But Ami, the best dog, the wolf. She's
As a
the
dog, yeah.
main star. She's a wolf, but she's seen as like a dog. It's this thing where she's like got this like counterpart called Shiranu, where everyone else sees her without the markings, but some people can see her with the markings. It's really interesting. But yeah, kind of a dog, kind of a wolf, kind
Yeah.
of
I love this
dog
design.
wolf.
I mean, when we were doing the like going through character selection and we hadn't really decided yet, I remember you dropped your tattoo and we were just kind of like, hang on, this isn't Capcom. Like I'd never heard of this game before. I'd never seen these character designs before, and this watercolor like beautiful game just underneath our eyes. It's so pretty.
It's also really cool the design with the like the swirly little things like around her like ankles and like shoulders. Like it's really interesting how it looks like. Kind of looks like a like wind or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. They're based on walls. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but they're like the little fur patches that dogs get, where their fur is like a little ring.
Oh, that's
That's
so
what it is.
cute.
Mhm.
When did you get
Okay.
your tattoo, by the way?
Oh gosh, 2 years ago now, I think.
Oh
Oh,
god, yeah.
maybe. I have quite a few now. And it has the peace spell as well. I don't know if I can even get this on the webcam,
Oh,
but it goes to the little
I might
peace
have to
spell.
switch.
Oh,
We can switch scenes and we can have a look.
Oh, so we can have a full preview.
We go.
Yeah, so the peace spell is an item. I'm gonna make sure I stay next to the microphone actually before I do that. The peace spell is an item in the game that wards off monsters. So I thought it was really cute to get it tattooed because like my warding off
Yeah, like
monsters.
protecting yourself.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
yeah. It's big.
Wow.
That's
The quality of
it's
the tattoo is so nice
so
too. Wow,
nice.
way.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you plan to get
Okay,
any of your
I'm
other
gonna get
tattoos,
distracted again.
like in 3D models?
Yeah. I have to go through the list. I've got some Studio Ghibli ones as well. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. Let's start breaking down the process of making Ami. So first thing, reference gathering. Yay.
Yeah.
We all love it. A lot of people underestimate how important it is to gather references. And we're not just talking references of the character themselves, we're talking style references, we're talking art books, if you can find them, about the design choices for the character, anatomy for if you're doing an animal or a human, and pose references, and even techniques. Like it's really good to have them at the beginning of your project because it's just good to be prepared and be ready, and it stops the art block that can happen sometimes when you're in the zone and then you go, oh, I don't actually know the direction, or I don't know how this would look. It's just nice to do the research at the beginning and kind of help you direct the project and where you're going.
100%.
sure
I
you
think
can
the
agree with that.
direction is so important here, especially because the art style of the game is so different to the art style that we're aiming for, which is like, you know, the PBR kind of Super Vibe Overwatchy. Having that direction and knowing kind of where you're going to be ending up is really important.
Yeah, references. And the moral support on the right side is also a beautiful
Yes.
one. I
Yeah,
entirely
that's the
mine too.
most important part. Doesn't matter about all the rest. But yeah,
Oh, but
this grows massively over the course of the project as well.
insane. Yeah.
So
Oh, here we go.
a blockout. So on the left, here's what I made earlier at the beginning of the project. So that's what the blockout initially looked like. That was probably an hour, 2 hours of work, squishing around polyspheres, the best sphere, the sphere that everyone should use. um, and defining muscle groups. So at this point, I don't really look too much at style reference. I mostly focus on anatomy. I find it's really good to get those muscle groupings in. Gives you a really good head start for when you start merging things together because all your groupings are already there, really sets the tone of those muscles. And then I start doing a little bit of style stuff, usually in the face. I think a lot of us are very guilty in styling on the face and neglecting the body. But it helps really get the character and set the vibe, I feel.
That's true.
This is like a
Wow,
great example of like make it exist first, then make it good later, isn't it? Just get it
yeah.
all in.
Yeah, so people look at this like a blockout, dude. It's like a crazy good blockout, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thank you. But yeah, also just highlight some brushes that are really nice at this stage. Don't like to overcomplicate it. Really simple things, squishing things around with move, clear build-up to help give depth to things or build up forms. Trim Dynamics really good for saying planes of the face. And Z Modeler is a fantastic tool, which is extremely intimidating, but once you get used to it, it has some power. And then the very classic RenHair Brush that everyone loves.
Oh, that's very popular in this Discord. In your blockout, I can see you tend to like quite low poly, I guess. Is that with the polysphere?
Yes, Polysphere.
Do you
It's
tend
so
to
good.
start low?
Yes, it starts, you get it. It's such a good polysphere because it has like really good topology and it already comes with 3 subdivision levels and you can reconstruct it all the way down. And I find it really helps to work low first because you stop overcomplicating forms. You start with those primary forms. You don't rush into secondary and then maybe get lost in tertiary. It's really strong for that, I find.
But do you ever dynamesh, or usually you just stay as low as possible until you like have a good looking shape you go for?
Yeah, as low as possible until I'm ready to merge and feel confident with the proportions. Yeah, and then I'll dynamesh and cry when it decides to look weird. And then go back to the blackout like 7 times and change it. Yeah. Okay. So, speaking of crying, I would like to say a quote from one of the characters from Okami, Oki. He's one of the characters that you sort of challenge quite a lot throughout the journey. And what Oki says is when one tries to master something, it ends in either success or failure, but it is in the attempt itself where you find the true value. Believe in your own power and walk your own path. And I think that's lovely.
That's
That's
so
a good quote.
applicable to 3D art, actually. It doesn't matter if the end product is, you know, a showstopper piece or if it's just something that was fun to do. At the end of the day, it's still practice and it still like builds towards that final goal of becoming a growing artist.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
think also like from failure, I think you learn the most, especially when you do like projects. I think if it's just like easy going, then you never like kind of learn because you're in your comfortable like comfort zone. But then as soon as you fail, you're like, okay, this is what I'm struggling with. Let me do some little research. You know what I mean? Here and there.
Absolutely. As you can see, I hit a roadblock with this right near the beginning. Kind of looks like the dog from Dragon Age Origins. So yeah, sometimes you can jump into things too quickly and it's okay to take a step back, maybe roll back to your previous version. This is why I think it's really important to just save a lot of versions so you can easily go back and forward. And it's okay to start again sometimes as well. you can throw things out. Sometimes I find it's easier and it's quicker. And as you say, like if you fail, you can identify what went wrong, and then the next project, you usually overcome that hurdle, which is
That's
really
true.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a good
And
point.
still, the blocker is really nice too. Like even if you say it felt, like at least the shapes and like the vibe is there, you know. And I was just refining it, so very cool.
Heck yeah.
Something I've noticed a lot of people do, actually, especially Adrian, is when you say saving that previous versions, I think because we spend so long just looking at the same character, we forget all these like tiny incremental changes we're making until you flick back and then you realize, oh, actually, I am making progress, and it adds that little motivation boost to keep going, you know?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something I've loved seeing you guys do is posting, like, well, everyone doing really, because we have these really cool threads that get set up for us, and we can just post whenever we want. It can be super casual posts. There's no, you don't have to be like super polished when you post, and I think that's really important because you can flick back really quickly and you can see, and you can pop all your little iterations on a PRF and see, oh my gosh, I've gone this far. I've changed it this many times. Oh lol, remember when the hands are too small or the head is too big? But yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so the style for this, sorry, phone's just going off because my cats need feeding. I hope my partner remembers. Or they'll go crying in the background. We'll see. So when I started this, I had a vague idea of the style I wanted to go with. So as you know, the style for the challenge is like PBR focused. We've got like Overwatch as an example. It's really beautiful like figurines. And Ami has a lot of figurines that are really good for reference. But I really wanted to push it and go for something more similar to like Overwatch. But I do have a tendency to really focus on certain references that I find that are just beautiful and get sidetracked, and then take a step back and realize that doesn't even look like Ami anymore. That just looks like a cool wolf, which is cool, but that's not the vibe. It's not Ami. So it's really important, especially for this challenge. And what I really love about fan art is it's about capturing the character, but it's also about doing your own take on the character, which allows you to have the drive and the passion to want to make the character because you're like, oh my god, I love this character. Yeah. But it also means you're taking a new approach to it, and you're using your own artistic liberties to reimagine it into something. So my partner gave me some feedback on this. And this is what they said. If Ami was an Overwatch character, she'd be Mare. Right now she looks like a Hansa. So that yeah. That made me take a step back.
Yeah, you can tell, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's that roundness, it's that softness, you know.
Yep.
But this push, this change is like, I can tell the feedback really worked with you, and it's kind of nice to get it from someone who really understands the style of feedback you need to hear in a way to make you think like, oh, I get exactly what you mean to make these changes. That's really nice. That's really good feedback. What's this Marcut Beck A brush you're using?
Oh my gosh, I do not remember where I got that from. I will have to track that down and grab that. But it's really good. I can do a ZBrush look at it afterwards.
Yeah,
well, if you would like to.
Yes, please.
And I will find out where it's from. But yeah, I think your partner and your close friends are the best people you can get feedback from, because they know how harsh they can be and they know how to not hurt your feelings, but also maybe just a little bit. So yeah, I took a look at it again and I was like, yeah, this doesn't look like Ami. Ami is known for her chunk. She has this like massive chest and neck, and she's so chunky and chubby. So I went back and I completely redid the silhouette. Decided to go away from what I was originally going towards, which was more of a like flowy mane, sort of Art Nouveau, super elegant, super hyper feminine. Although it ended up going into Hansa, which Hansa is a bit feminine, but maybe not the direction I had in my head.
Hansa.
Yeah.
No, but the changes you did, Jesus Christ! So like, it's not like you just like inflated some areas, so you just reworked Like even their head and everything is completely different. Yeah, that's so good.
And that's why it's great to have the little muscle groups, because you can really quickly go back and just scale, move.
Yeah.
The snout change is my favorite there. It makes her look so cute. And it's like it goes from something I would avoid to something I would pet, you know?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I think there's a point where I started posting updates and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that smile!" It's like, I'm going the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, talking about direction and going in a direction. One thing that I think is really important is self-analysis of your work and getting feedback from your peers, as discussed by the Hanzel situation. So one thing I really like to do, and what a lot of people do, which I love seeing, by the way, like it's so cool seeing everyone doing their own like little feedback passes and paint overs. We do it for each other, and it's really nice to see. It's so much thoughtful effort into feedback. It's not just, oh, maybe that should look like that, or maybe try this. It's actually, I went away, I actually did some research, and I actually really have this special interest topic that I would love to tell you about so that you
Please,
can
yeah.
try it. Yeah. So yeah, here it was just going through the character, looking at some basic anatomy and stylized structural things, which can be stuff like distance of eyes. Can be good to have like a single eye width or two eye widths in between. And I was looking at this and the eyes were so far apart. So moving them closer is nice, and getting that more Japanese mask style eyes was really, really good for the direction of this. I think it gave a bit more character.
Wow, yeah, I didn't see that's really cool. The left
This
top
is really
image.
nice.
Yeah, very nice.
I think when we talk about direction and kind of knowing where you're headed, it's kind of nice to step back and do this feedback or like notes for yourself to realize, oh, okay, I'm used to what I'm seeing. Let's pretend that this is someone else's work, or I'm seeing this for the first time. Let's break it, or like let's
That's really hard to
push
do,
it. Yeah, but having this kind of like sort of like gauge or like checkpoint to know what you're aiming for helps you go from step to step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even from
Absolutely.
other people, like when they want to like give you feedback, like after this, they like exactly know what you're trying to like achieve, you know, so it's easier to be like, oh, this is a cool ref, just in case if you want to use it.
Yeah.
100%. It's been so fun seeing lots of people being like, I saw this on Twitter today. Here's this. And it's like everyone's favorite Capcom character just flooding in. Oh yeah, spin time.
Spin time.
So yeah, just a turnaround of when I started getting the poly paint down. Something I really like to do at this stage, if I am switching to a less cavity intense material like skin shade, is whack on a mask by AO, blur it, and put in a darker color once it's inverted, so it highlights all of those cavities a lot nicer.
This is lovely. What's your plans
Nice.
for like texturing later?
I think I'm gonna attempt to go into Substance Fanner.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Decimate and that kind of auto UV situation.
We will see.
Wow.
You get a really nice
That's
angle of
lovely.
the flows as well of
Oops.
the wisps. God, they're so pretty. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
The tail too. Wow, that's so cool. And the mouth from the front, it looks really cute.
Does she
This
have
little
like
smile.
pads on her feet?
Yeah, little toe beans.
Oh.
Nice. And on the back too, right? They got the little thing on the back of the foot. It's like an extra. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So cool. Oh, wow, crazy good. And dude, like, if at least for me, do them fair, and to not make it like too, like you have a stroke when you look at it, you know, like just put it in the right areas, like you did on the neck and stuff like that. It's so hard for me to do it, and you did it like nicely, and it kind of feels like a part of the character. But yeah, it looks amazing.
Thank you. I'm gonna regret this later when I have to merge them together.
Yep. Recipes. I'll be praying for you.
Bye.
That's a great point, actually. Like the ones on the hind legs and how they look like it just implies that there's fur all over, you know, but you
Exactly.
haven't
Yeah.
put
It's
fur
so hard
over.
to do. Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
This is insane.
GG. So you finished the challenge pretty much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
for
bye.
participating.
I do have to go to Japan soon, so I'm gonna have to wrap up
Oh,
my quick.
nice.
But yeah, this is where I'm pausing. Use the T-pose method. Jess was also super kind to write a really good walkthrough and breakdown of how to use this tool for everyone, for people who haven't used it yet. Which is really, again, another amazing thing about the community is we can provide those kind of resources for each other. That's so cool.
And I guess the left is before and the right is after, right?
Yeah, so the left is
Yes.
the sort of low T-pose mesh that it makes, and then you can move that a bunch and push it further, and then it'll piece back together your high poly. It's really cool. And then you realize all the things that it's broken, and you have to go in and clean up.
This was
And
one
also just
of the poses, not that we gave you, but it was on your ref board, right? And we were kind of like, oh, we like this
yes,
one.
Mm.
Yeah,
such a nice pose, so
truly.
lovely.
The flow of it is just, I love it.
Yeah,
Really
it's
nicely
really
cut.
nice.
Thank you.
So much movement.
Yeah, I also just want to shout out the curve quad fill brush, which I can also do a demonstration for later.
Yes, please.
But I
Wow.
randomly found this on a speed sculpt video, and I had to turn the like speed down really slow to like figure out what it was. But it's a really cool brush where you can essentially just draw any shape, and it will fill it in.
Oh,
So I
like
was able
just
to get,
on
yeah,
the
I was
background?
able to get the
Whoa.
flames done in maybe a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
So show
Is
that
it like
off.
a? Is this from the same area where you get like the masks and stuff like that, right? Like you can, I think it's
It's just
from
a
there.
brush, and it operates sort of like when you use zero mesh guides and you get a little dot line, and you can just pull it
Mm.
around and then you close it and it does it. It's
And
amazing.
it's
Okay. Wow.
quadded
Okay.
fill, I'm guessing, because of the name.
Yeah.
That's insane. Because yeah, there's the one on the mask brush with called Mesh Balloon, which isn't as
Yeah,
good. But then it's like a 3D thing, it's not a plane. This sounds better.
that sounds crazy good. Yeah,
This
that
sounds
sounds
really
crazy
good.
good.
I'll show it off
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Yes, please.
And then yeah, about just pushing it further. You can usually always push it further. I think we had a cool discussion in some of the Discords channels about just always go a little bit more than you think you need to. You can
Mm.
always bring it back. So
Yeah.
there's lots of little things to get the pose looking a bit nicer. Sort of deciding areas where the eye can rest. Because a lot of stylized art I find follows quite a famous rule where it's about 70% rest and 30% detail,
Mm.
which I think is always really good to try and keep in mind. So you're not blasting everyone with intricate detailing everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we get like when we talk about pushing it the maximum, we aren't necessarily talking about like tertiary forms or like extreme detail. You're talking about form and flow. And absolutely, when I think Adrian gave me this advice, it's when you know the full range of how much you can push, it's so much easier to then step back. But if you're just kind of walking and stepping towards this moment that you don't know how far it is, you don't know your range and then you don't know the direction of what's pushed to.
Yeah. No, I
Absolutely.
wish I put it like that, but yeah, my one was more like push it and then go back, and that was it.
I got it. I understood.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for making me sound smart. But I appreciate it. Yes. But wow, this is crazy too. I wish it pisses me off because I can't like give myself like paint over feedback like you guys do. It's so I'm so jealous. I need to practice that. It's so cool.
This is
I
with
guess
the very
always.
good program snipping tool.
Yeah.
You did this in snipping
OG.
tool? Oh my goodness. Oh my
How
god.
can you even get like a? How did you get like the green text? How did you make it look so like
It's
graphic?
very it's very what's the word? It's come a long way. So no, the tool's actually got like loads of really good markup stuff now.
Really? Okay, I need to investigate.
I
Goddamn.
think I need to update my snipping tool. My one doesn't do this.
Secret patch.
Hmm.
Wow. Is that the references on the left side? Yeah, I guess from like figures or
Yes.
something.
Yeah, so that's the original pose. I believe this was from the art book. And then this is one of the figurines, which costs a crisp £600.
Oh,
Wow.
print this one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, easy.
Wow.
So the winner of the challenge, there's no winner. The winner gets a figurine of their character. Yeah.
Yeah, when we get sponsored by Wacom, easy peasy.
Yeah, please. And the labs, yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor.
Yep. No, but it's crazy. I think also like when you post the head, it looks a lot like the character now. Like when it's like looking down and how like long the snout is and everything. It's so yeah, it's really accurate. Wow.
Do you plan on
And this,
making her like a figurine in a way, or like
think
having on a pedestal?
I think I do like how in the figurine they've got these sort of like clouds that she's stepping on, which I think really helps support that sort of movement. So that might be nice to do as a separate piece in the non-big render, so no one's covered up by a giant cloud. But yeah,
Sure.
that could be nice. Absolutely. But yeah, this is where she's at now. Gotta do a lot of merging and sculpting and figure out how I'm gonna approach the fire on the Divine Judgment reflector. That's gonna be fun.
Wow. No, crazy.
I
Jesus
love
Christ.
the
Yeah, you
tail.
speedrun this.
Yeah, this was quick. We're what?
That's
You
not
say
even
that,
bad.
but we
2,
all
3
know
weeks
what
in?
yours looks like, Adrian.
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah,
true.
but not like this. Mama's like messy, dude. That's why I never do close-ups. It's crazy. Wow. The fire and everything. The detail on the thing is like the detail on the green thingy on his bike, the fidget spinner. Like, is that like all sculpted?
It's been
Or...
Yeah. So that's I had to go on a journey for that one. So in the game and hilariously in the art book, the concept artist sort of draws a line to the detailing and says, put some random detail here. So they literally just did like a squiggly line.
Okay.
But if you look at the figurines, you can see there's text on there. So I did some more research, looked into it, and there's some cosplayers. Love the cosplay community for reference. They're fantastic. They'd actually made one and 3D printed one, and it had a bunch of kanji symbols on it. I can't remember off the top of my head what all of these mean, but they sort of relate to like the sun and wind and other celestial things.
Okay, I see.
So I went into Photoshop and I just got a screenshot of the reflector and then hand painted an alpha and extruded it out with extract. Which I found just was a very quick way of doing it without me having to move things around and hand draw it in ZBrush and maybe mess up and have to redo it a bunch.
No, wow, that's so pretty. God damn.
This would
Like
be
you
a
said, it's
great
also like
place
nice.
to have a little Easter egg as well. Maybe a little Emily and Canty or something.
Yeah, true.
Yes, that's where the QR code will go.
Okay, that's good. Smart. No, wow. And like, what's left for you? What do you think he's doing? Is it just like the pose and I guess texturing after?
So the fur, I want to merge into the face, at least the front part, and get it much nicer, like much sharper and sculpted up. Merge the other parts of the fur, maybe see about getting like a fur alpha to use so that I can bake that down and get like more of a tileable in a few areas, so it's not just all plain. Figure out if I want to merge the sort of pauldrons and tail and see if there's anything else I can do with that. That might be interesting. And then the biggest one is going to be tackling the fire, which I think I'm just going to try and do a sort of sculpted plastic look. And then hopefully make a cool material that glows a bit.
Are you planning to
that makes sense,
render
sure.
in Marmoset?
Yes, if I can. I haven't used it in a long time though.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I mostly use Unity, which I know is not a usual option.
Unity? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even for your
I've
ArtStation stuff?
yeah, all my ArtStation stuff is
What?
rendered in
No
Unity.
way. Wait, this is insane.
This is insider notes over here, guys. What the heck? I did not know about this.
Yeah, I it's the engine that I use for my job most of the time, so I'm very familiar with it. And it got to a point where I was just getting like screenshots from say Marmoset or just Unity without overlays, and I was like hand doing the sort of text overlays in Photoshop. So I just decided to learn UI in Unity so that it was included in the screenshot.
That is mental. That is insane. Wait,
So yeah.
because he didn't want to do it in Photoshop? That's incredible. That's actually, I mean, huge props to you. I hate Unity. Sorry.
Totally get it. I would love to go back to Unreal again one day. But yeah, considering I don't do a lot of lighting for my unlit characters, I can just put them in a scene. What I like to do for my backgrounds is I grab the character, duplicate them, and scale them up, and put them behind like a transparent plane, so that there's like a second version of in the background. See it especially on the Neo Tokyo one, if you remember that challenge.
This one.
That one there, yeah.
This
That
is
is
not in
just the character
Photoshop.
again in the background. No
You're
Photoshop.
joking. You're joking.
Even the little green swirl is another UI element with a alpha PNG on it.
Wait, don't tell me these assets are they're just in front of the camera.
They're just floating there,
Oh
yeah.
my god. And this
All of the text is written in
No,
on a UI.
no,
Yeah.
it can't be.
And then it lets me do like VFX and stuff, so I don't have to worry about any
Oh
of that
my
and
God.
compositing that, because I don't want to have to think about compositing text over a video. So big kudos for you guys for setting the recording of this up, because oh my gosh.
But don't tell me these are in Unity.
Those ones aren't.
Okay.
Those ones I did just grab and export it out separately. But I do try to do all of my wireframes in Uni as well. I made a material that can like grab the wireframe form and just put it on. It's not the cleanest.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, so that's just a material that shows the wireframe, because I think the camera can't render wireframe mode or something. So another big thing about this challenge is it's challenging. Wait.
Whoa.
Yeah. So a lot of us, we have full-time jobs. We have life commitments. I
Yeah,
have
all of us.
2 loud cats. Some of us have life commitments. And yeah, it's tiring. And it's especially tiring working in a creative industry and then coming home and being like, oh no, I used up all of my creative stamina. I don't have any left. And there are some good days for sure where like your source controls are broken so you can chill. But you know, there's
Trade
a
secret.
lot of days. Yeah. There's a lot of days where it's full on and then you just want to come home and play Fantasy Life or something. So the biggest thing with this is trying to get yourself into the routine of sitting down even when you're tired, even when you're a little not inspired. That made sense. And even when you have those feelings of like, I'm bad at art, I'm tired, I'm running out of time, everyone else is so much further ahead of me. Oh look, there's another project over there I could be working on. You have to fight through all of that. You have to punch them all. You have to hit them and you have to say, nope, this is the thing I'm doing. I'm showing up. And it's made 1,000 times easier by the Discord because everyone's there being super encouraging. Everyone's so insanely skilled, and you just come into the server and you go, oh well, yep, I'm gonna sit down and work now because I've seen that person do this and that's amazing. And oh my gosh, that person's improved so much. I'm so happy. This is like, I need to improve myself. Let's go. Let's do it. Gamba.
Gamba! We love gambling.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you feel that way. I'm so glad the Discord has that effect as well. Because I definitely feel it when I'm able to share quite a casual update or like, oh, I didn't really do much today, but it's a little, boost into what I'm doing. And then people comment and they're like, you got this, keep going. Or I found this really nice ref. Maybe this will help you. Or maybe check this, and this. It's not feeling 100% right. That's what motivates me. It's the fact that like people are still cheering me on despite the fact I'm not doing 100% or I'm not like sprinting, and
But you are doing 100%, Jess. You're doing good.
thanks, Adrian. But yeah, on the days where I'm tired, I'm not inspired, there are still things to be inspired by. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, also like seeing people sharing like early work in progress is so good because you're just so used to seeing like people just posting slammers after slammers. It's like, dude, they never make mistakes. And then you check that, okay, we all bad at the beginning. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah, that's so true as well. I feel like as an artist, especially 3D art, where a project can take months at a time, the fact that we only see the finished piece sometimes can be a bit misleading. And
Yep.
the being able to see the behind the scenes of everyone's work and even the thought processes as well with the feedback and little paint overs has helped to build that transparency. That's what I really like. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yay. That was my PowerPoint presentation.
Oh,
Hey,
yay!
that was it. Goddamn, I was so hooked, dude. I thought it's gonna be like an hour, 2 hours of it. Crazy, dude. Even the presentation on your PowerPoint, dude, insane. Mine would be like MS Paint, and you have like whole background and everything, dude.
I can't wait to see
Had
that
to go all
actually.
out.
Yeah. My 2D side, guys, is gonna be epic.
I should have done it all in snipping tool.
Oh my god. Or Unity.
Oh,
It would have been
yeah.
clean. It would have been so clean.
You just play the game as the whole PowerPoint. Now inside work, Ebony. Let's go. Round of applause for Enemy. Let's go.
It's been so nice having you here. Thank you so much for being like very active in the Discord server as well. And you know, I know it's quite daunting to meet so many new people at once, but you've been really great having, I think everyone in the community loves you and it's been great having you around. Thanks for talking for
Oh,
us.
thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me. This is such a good community. Like I saw the Hades challenge, I was like, oh my gosh, how do I get in on that? Let me in. Let me in. Help.
Let's go. And the shout out for you for only, I think you're the only one, or maybe there's one more who's doing an animal, right? I think in PBR that's so hard to do. So, hey, and you're gonna smash it because you already did. Dude. Oh, not even a month, and it's already almost done. It's crazy. I'm scared.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go to Japan soon. I'm gonna be so scared that I'm not gonna finish it.
Nah, you got it.
When are you
How
off?
long are you going to Japan for?
Yeah.
I go on the 8th of October, November, sorry. 8th
Yeah,
of
it's yesterday.
November for 2 weeks. Yeah, I missed the flight. Yeah, gosh, 8th of November for 2 weeks. So I just get back for the Art Blast, but I missed the submission day, so I'm gonna have to pop it all over to you guys earlier and hope that there's nothing egregious.
That's fine.
There we
Nothing a
go.
little Photoshop can't fix. It'll be fine. Or Unity. Or Unity.
Oh, yay!
Bruh.
ZBrush stuff as
Oh,
well.
the
man.
tutorial.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Awesome. So here is Ami in ZBrush. Spin time,
Whoa.
spin time.
What?
So dynamic. It's really nice.
And yeah, I will show off a few of the brushes that we mentioned. So this one is the MAH Cut Mech Airbrush. I'll find the link.
Lovely.
And it just gives it's sort of like a mix of damn standard ob cracks and pinch. Like it does like a really nice pinch on the mesh. If you lower the intensity a little bit. There we go.
Right. Mm.
Just
Okay.
really nice for getting like super clean forms and stuff.
It kind of adds a plane around the point as well. Really
Yes.
cleans it up.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I've got layers on. Let's just ignore that I clicked on that. So yeah, it's really good for like cleaning up, like if you lose like creases on the Ren brush or something, it's really good for reinstating them.
Yeah, that's
Really, really
crazy.
nice.
OP. With the lace mask too. Wow.
Yeah, the fact that it comes with that just already sorted, it's really
Mhm.
nice. And these pauldrons were fun. They were with the RenHair Brush as well. So sort of like with tackling hair, it's nice to get like a blockout mesh underneath to guide the forms. And then you can use this, which will snap to the mesh and follow the pauldrons along. And a lot of the cool swooshes that I had were actually an accident because it kept trying to grab this little reflector, but I thought it looked really cool, so I just kept it. And then you sort of move them around, inflate them a bit.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, you can kind of see how that eventually becomes this. Wow, done.
What about the swirly, like the little that like rubs in itself? Is it also the same brush?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
I essentially followed if I had the brush on that would help. Basically followed the outside of this. Sort of did a similar thing of pushing it around um and inflated the little bit at the end and pulled it
Okay, I
in.
see.
And then I essentially did that again in a different angle uh and wrapped it around. So it's this brush just wrapped a bunch.
Hmm.
Oh. Wow,
It's gonna
tedious,
be
but the result is
yeah.
incredible.
And then you just sort of oh, if you want to be quick, you could probably also just like grab one of them that you've already done and I
But
always
that's too
forget the
easy.
hotkey. But yeah. Duplicate them. Um
Yeah,
and
the fire.
yes, the fire. So that is with this brush here, Curve Quad Fill. Um, I'll do a sphere this time. Squish. So this needs like a surface to get drawn onto. Sort of how that rim brush works there with the snapping. And you
Mhm.
can just absolutely go ham. Draw the shape that you want. So I do little fires here.
I guess the smaller the
Whee!
brush, the more points it creates, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll try
And
to
then
like it. That's it.
you'll get this. And then what I like to do is get rid of the back face and the edges. And then when you've
Right.
got one nice thing like this, you can sort of pull these, get these like sharper. And because it's so low poly, it's super easy to control. And another trick I like to do to get like much cleaner edges is I will mask by the border, invert that, and then in deformation you can polish. And then when
Whoa.
you
Mm.
then when you Z-remesh, you get like a much cleaner shape, preferably without losing parts of it.
Whoa,
Okay.
that's a
Oh, okay.
nice trick.
That's
The
a new trick.
masking the
That's a new trick.
border. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can just do Z-modeler, which I'll be doing to the fire to get a mesh to sculpt on, extrude. Honestly, there's so many options in here, or so many that just work. That one will work, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
angry at me. But yeah, you'll clean the edges up a bit more, and then you can Z model extrude
Just extra
as you would
the
with like armor and stuff,
yeah.
um, and get a mesh to sculpt on top of. Yay, fire!
Wow, that brush is kind of insane. I feel like there's
Yeah,
so
that's
many sleeper
interesting.
brushes in ZBrush that are just like crazy good, but I haven't heard of,
Yeah.
this
It's
one.
quite
Yeah.
similar to topology if you've seen topology as well.
I
Oh,
haven't.
but topology, oh my gosh. So you know when you like go into a Discord and you just assume everyone knows everything because they're so amazing, and you're just like, I haven't been a character, I've been a journalist for like 2 years, so I don't feel like I'm caught up on industry standard techniques. Everyone knows this thing. Um, yeah, it essentially oh hang on, let me just delete the oh wait, this is the why won't you let me select? There we go. Um doop
The layers maybe?
doop.
No.
Uh yeah, it was the subdivisions. Um yeah, you just do topology.
Okay, okay.
Wait, so are
I
we retopping? Are we making like a new mesh with this?
Yeah, and then you click off and it gives you a new mesh.
What? What?
GG's. Guys, this will be an extra for Patreon people, extra content.
And if you just
Yeah.
solo the wait, how do you accept what you've done?
You click onto the mesh anywhere else, and then just as you would with a hairbrush, you can just auto groups and then split them off. And then you've got them as again, yeah, my alt key's not working. I think I've broken my alt key. Yeah, then you've got that, and that's really good for like
Wow.
belts and stuff.
Of course,
Um,
yeah.
I
yeah,
just like that's the thing. I guess everyone's got like a different one. I just get a cube, you know what I mean? And then I work from a cube with like ZBrush
yeah,
and Z modeler. Yeah, but yeah, this is also really clean because it
This,
follows the like flow of the body, right? So it's really good
yeah.
too.
You know
yeah.
the symbol you have on the back of Akuma, Adrian, this would be great for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
Oh
crazy.
was
my god.
the after school special.
Yeah,
Yay!
wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this. Is actually crazy good.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank
Wow.
you. Definitely not the second time we did that.
No, no, whoa! What you
First try,
mean?
first try.
First try, first try. That was crazy good.
yeah. Thank
No,
you so much
man,
for your time,
wow.
Emily. Really appreciate
Yeah, no,
it.
thank you so much. That was
Thank you for
crazy,
having
man.
me.
Crazy good.
We're both really excited to see how Ami's going to end up, and I'm glad you got this character as well because I can see all the love you have
Come
for
on.
it, like going into it as well.
Yes.
Okay, we'll call it there.
Hey! I was
Is there
waiting
anything
for so
else you
long.
want to go
Hey!
over? No?
Nope. That me too. I spam all the questions I have, and I have the new ZBrush knowledge now, so I'm gonna test on my own.
Okay, great. I guess we'll see everyone in the next episode. We'll hopefully have another guest. All right,
Yes!
take care.
Bye bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.